What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, and I'm here to preview Smackdown and Rampage tonight. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Rampage and Smackdown from last week. Chris and I, we didn't do a show last week on Smackdown and Rampage. We've went over this, and we've been had the ratings. We've been we was ready to talk about this, but got involved in so many other things, we didn't actually have time to get to this. So I'm going to go ahead and run through Smackdown and Rampage tonight. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and drink a little bit more of this eggnog. And if you haven't had eggnog, it's eggnog time. And happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. So let me take a little drink of this, and then I'm going to run down the matches from Smackdown from last week. And I'm going to run down the matches from Rampage last week. And within a little less than an hour, another 45 minutes, we'll be back into SmackDown again. So let's try to run through this before SmackDown comes on tonight. And I'm going to start off with SmackDown. This was December the 3rd. Last week. First match, man, we had Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks. That match, man, it was okay. I thought it was pretty good, actually. I like both competitors. Shayna Baszler, very tough young lady. Shayna Baszler have hurt a lot of wrestlers lately since she took out her old partner. She took out a partner. She hurt she damaged the arm pretty good. So then we had Shayna Baszler. Then she went after who was it? She went after the other girl, the girl who's the most beautiful, supposed to be the most beautiful girl in WWE. She went after Carmella, and she was about to do the same thing to her. So Shayna's a bruiser. And she ended up in this match with Sasha Banks. But Sasha Banks took the win last week. Sasha overwhelmed her with her experience and with her grappling. I mean, she pretty much took it to her. So she took that match, and I give that match a 3.5. Next match, man, we had the Viking Raiders versus Los Lotharios. This team with Angel Garza, and I think is what is his name? Camillo, pretty good, very good team, man. Very good team. And I like what they're doing in the ring. These two guys mesh well. And it seems like WWE is trying to ride these guys to the top. They want these guys to be one of the top teams. So that match, to tell you the truth, it wasn't that great of a match. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 1 star. The next match, man, we had, but before that match, we had a 3-minute commercial for the new John Cena movie for HBO Max, which I thought was outrageous. Then we had a guitar show with the Minnesota Vikings and Shinsuke and Boogs. But Minnesota Vikings, I'm calling the Viking Raiders Minnesota Vikings. It wasn't actually Minnesota Vikings, but the Viking Raiders got a little upset with Shinsuke and Boogs because Shinsuke and Boogs had came out there and they pretty much interfered in the match, and they thought the intervention in the match was going to help them defeat Los Lotharios, but it actually backfired, and Los Lotharios, Angel Garza, and Hector Camillo actually overturned that and took out the Viking Raiders. So the Viking Raiders went out there, man, and they was upset with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs for interfering, but if you go back a week before that, you will know why Boogs and Shinsuke interfered, because they had destroyed Rick Boogs, one of his guitars, so he had to get a new guitar. So they came out and they interfered in this match, man, and their interference was supposed to help the Viking Raiders, but it didn't. So the Viking Raiders went out there and they was arguing with Boogs and Shinsuke. And, everything looked like it was going bad until Boogs got on the guitar and he started playing the theme music for the Viking Raiders. So they all sat there and celebrated. But man, this whole overall thing, I give it 1 star. It was just, it just didn't roll that well. Next, man, we had the Uso Brothers. The Uso Brothers. And I think the Uso Brothers have great stage presence, but they shouldn't be used to just pump Roman Reigns. It got done real fast, to tell you the truth. Plus, we were 1 hour into the show, and we was already 1 hour into the show, and they only had 2 matches at that time on SmackDown. So hopefully this week, man, we won't get into by the second match. We only have 2 matches. I mean, by the first hour, we will only have 2 matches because last week 1 hour went by and there was only 2 matches. So man, we had then right after that. I mean, this is starting the second hour. We had King Woods versus Jay Uso. That match, man, it didn't go off as well as I thought it would, especially with these 2 guys, man, having known each other for so many years and having been paired against each other so many years. It just really wasn't that good of a match, man. So I gave the match 2 stars. I think King Woods actually won the match, but I only gave that 2 stars. If somebody saw it, and I could be wrong because I didn't actually put down the winner, but I'm pretty sure King Woods won that match, man. I only gave that match 2 stars. So next, man, we had Charlotte Flair. She got a pie in the face from Toni Storm. I gave that a thumbs down because I thought it was a waste of time when all that stuff went down. But she hit Charlotte Flair in the face. Not Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair hit Toni Storm in the face twice with the pie. Now, Toni Storm was out there talking about how she deserved a title shot and all that. Charlotte Flair was saying, I'm on another level than you. And, Toni, when Toni turned around, Toni ended up getting hit in the face twice with a pie. So next, man, we had Cesaro out there versus Sheamus. Sheamus got the win. And I'm calling Cesaro now. I'm calling Cesaro. I'm changing his name from Cesaro to what I used to call him when we first started this podcast about this past summer around in July. I used to call him Cesaro. So I'm going back to Cesaro. I'm not going to Cesaro until this guy starts winning again, because right now he's not winning, man. It's pretty much embarrassing. They're using this guy, man, as like he's a jobber or something like that. And I mean, Sheamus pretty much dominated him in this match. These 2 guys was partners at one time. And when Cesaro finally got on the run, Cesaro said, I treated you like a brother, man. And, I'm thinking, he's going to dominate. He's going to dominate the rest of the match. He's going to take out Sheamus, man. But Sheamus went ahead. He took him out, man, overpowered him and, did whatever he wanted to do in the match. So I gave that match 3 stars, man. Sheamus got the win. Next, man, we had Brock Lesnar. He beat up Sami Zayn, softened him up for Roman Reigns. And then Reigns came out there. I mean, Sheamus was already beat up. Roman took Sheamus to Suplex City, man. He just threw him all around the ring, just pretty much destroyed him. And Sheamus was left out there, man, just had nothing left. Because if you go back to the beginning of the show, Roman Reigns said, because Sammy had got this match the week before. He had got this match the week before. He was in a match with Kevin Owens and he was in a match with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Or no, he's in a match with I think so. Okay, but let's just I'm not even going to talk about that. But Roman at the beginning, he was talking to Seth because Seth had got this match, and he said to Seth, you can wrestle Roman tonight. He said this thing can go down tonight. And Seth was like, Roman, I want a little bit more time. The guy has some talent and all that. I need a little bit more time, and I can wrestle him on January the 1st, which they're going to have that, they were supposed to have that match, January the 1st. He said, I can wrestle him then. And Brock like, no, you can wrestle him tonight. So Brock pretty much gassed Sammy up. Sammy got pumped up a little bit, but Sammy still was trying to get out of it. But Brock pretty much bullied him. He bullied the guy and pretty much pushed him into this match. So Sami Zayn ended up wrestling a match with Reigns at the end of the match. I mean, at the end of the night. But like I said, Brock Lesnar, he beat Sami Zayn down in the ring before this match had started because Sammy just didn't know when to close that mouth, man. He just really didn't know when to close that mouth. Said some things to Roman that Roman did not like, and Roman just, like I said, took him to Suplex City, softened him up for Roman Reigns. And when Roman came out there, Roman didn't have no Roman had no mercy on the guy. He didn't care if he was beat down. Sammy was just over there. And then the Uso brothers went up there. They lifted him up, man, and just But Roman just killed him, man. And it's, match over. So, overall, man, last week I thought SmackDown, it really wasn't a great show. And I really like SmackDown. I really do. I think SmackDown, as far as all of them out there, SmackDown, Rampage, Raw, NXT, from everything I've seen, SmackDown right now so far has been my favorite. So not putting down SmackDown, but this right here, it was not good, man. It was when it boils down to it, it was a dud. So I have to give that night last week, man. I give SmackDown a 2. I give it a 2. So right now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on into Rampage, and this right here, Rampage. Hopefully tonight we're gonna see a real good Rampage. I'm hoping to see a real good Rampage tonight. But right now we're gonna go over the Rampage from 12/3/21. First off, man, we had Ricky Santana. No, man, it's not Ricky Santana. Who in the heck am I talking about? Oh, man. Oh, okay. But Sammy Guevara. I think it was Sammy Guevara. When I go back think about it, I don't know why in the world I have Ricky Santana. But I remember, I'm pretty sure it was Sammy Guevara versus Tony Nese. And Sammy Guevara, man, this was a very good match. It was a very good match. Main event caliber. Great way to start off the show. And Sammy Guevara, he defeated Tony Nese. I gave that match a 4.5, man. But that was a very good match. If you didn't see it, go back and go to YouTube, watch the highlights of the match, or watch the entire match. Or you can, and if you have TNT or any other thing that you can find to go back and watch this match, man, because it was a very good match, and I recommend that you watch it the entirety of the whole match. It was a very good match. I gave that match 4.5 stars. Okay, next, man, we had Kristen Cage, Jungle Boy, and Lizard Man, Luchasaurus or whatever his name is. They had their segment, which was pretty good. They pumped the crowd up, come out there with that music and all that. Everybody got into them. So I gave that a thumbs up. That was a really good segment. And like I said, if you didn't see Rampage from December the 3rd, go back and watch it. Next match, man, we had Jade Cargill versus Janae K. And Janae K is someone who's Thunder Rosa has under her tutelage. So Thunder Rosa has been training her. Thunder Rosa has a match coming up with Jade Cargill. I think it's in the final 4 for this TBS title. So Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill have been going back and forth. And Thunder Rosa said, I'm going to send out my best student to teach you a lesson. I'm going to send out my best student and have her wrestle you because you think you're so great. I'm going to have her take care of you before you and I get together. So Thunder Rosa sent her out there. Janae K come out, and it was a massacre from the get-go. Jade Cargill destroyed her. Jade Cargill has been destroying everybody that she's pretty much been up against, unless it's been in one of these battle royals or one of these one of these 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, whatever. But Jade Cargill has been taking care of everybody that's been put in front of her, and she just totally destroyed Janae K. I was looking for a good match, but after Jade Cargill destroyed her, Jade Cargill wasn't finished. That wasn't enough for her. Then she attacked Janae K after that, and that's when Thunder Rosa came out there to join in, and her and Jade Cargill got into a little thing, and then until Jade Cargill decided to take off outside of the ring. So I look forward to those two matching up, man. for this TBS title. It's going to be they're going to end up the final four for the TBS title. Should be an exciting match. Next match, man, we had FTR versus Park and Penta, which was a pretty good match. Now, Penta, his brother Ray Phoenix, I think, is injured, so he couldn't be there. So it was FTR versus Park and Penta, and you know FTR have that those AAA titles from Mexico. So they, you know, those are the titles they want, but they want to be the AEW champions again. So this right here was a pretty good match, man. But then we had the interference by Malachi Black, you know, which brought a very good match down, in my opinion. First, the match was overproduced. I really think it was overproduced. They did a little too much. And then, like I said, they brought out Malachi Black, which he shouldn't even been involved in the match. It was just flat out dumb. You know, the match was, like I said, the match was overproduced. You know, they added the black effect to the match, which was not unnecessary. So I give that a thumbs down for real. It was as far as I remember, it was with Malachi Black coming in, it was a disqualification, and Park and Penta ended up getting the win there. But you know, that with Malachi Black coming in there and interfering, it actually toned down the match. It just made the match it didn't make no sense, man. No need to have that. So I gave that, like I said, I gave that match 3.5. And then that's it, because you know they only have 3 matches on Rampage. But I gave the first match a 4.5. I gave the second match a 2.5, and then I gave the last match a 3.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the match. I'm gonna go ahead and give the night a 3.5 for Rampage. You know, I expect better tonight. Hopefully I get something better because this right here is dragging on from what Dynamite, because Dynamite wasn't that good last week either. And I just did Dynamite, which I could do tonight, but I'm not going to do that. Kristen and I probably do that later on. But Dynamite, I have reviewed Dynamite. But AEW, man, AEW's problems, they're inconsistent. I think they're inconsistent, and they're elevated. And they've elevated outsiders over the guys who built the company. You know, that's the way I see it. You know, they are putting these guys from outside the company over their guys who pretty much built the company. You know, I don't know where they're gonna go from here. I think there's a lot of confusion in AEW and definitely in WWE. There's a lot of confusion there. So we're gonna see where they go from here, and I look forward to seeing Rampage and SmackDown tonight. So hey, maybe I'll go live a little bit after those 2 shows. I don't know. Maybe Chris will be around to go live with me if he watches. So until then, Harry Bernard Taylor saying straight up, thank you for watching, and hit that like, share, notification bell if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, and that join. You know, if you're just catching this and you haven't joined, and join us. So hit that join button, join the Straight Up Wrestling Show. All right, straight up. Peace.